Hey guys, it's Whimsicality here. There's a bug. But anyway, today we are playing Rose of Winter. It's a demo. I found it on, I think Game Troll, or maybe it's Itch.io. I can't remember, but I will obviously put the game link down below. So, let's get right into it. Okay. Beware, evildoers, for I am Rosemary, the Night of Winter. Or should it be the Blade of Winter? Oh, maybe the Rose of Winter. Doesn't that sound impressive? You know, a symbol of hope bursting through ice. That's good, right? I mean, it's not too completely embarrassing, is it? Oh well, I'll figure out a good heroic sounding title someday. My actual name is Rosemary, which isn't very knight-ish. Look how cute she is! Oh my god! And as for the Blade of Winter stuff, well, I'm in a place where it's been snowing a lot, and you know, to be honest, I just think it sounds cool. Cool stuff doesn't have to make sense, right? Anyway, about a year ago, I left my family's farm to fulfill my destiny and become a knight. Sounds pretty amazing, right? I thought so too. My travels eventually brought me here to this tavern at the foot of Mount Needle. You wouldn't know it from how cozy it is here, but the mountain outside is super dangerous. Mount Needle, so named for the freezing winds that pierce your very skin, crawling with deadly beasts that hunger for human flesh. Only the bravest of the brave dare to venture here. I can't get over how cute she is. Like, look at her. Look. Oh, she's so cute. Doesn't that sound like a perfect place for an inspiring knight to find her destiny? Oh, I'm so excited. I can't read, I'm sorry. Anyway, once I got here, I knew I needed to find a job, and fast. Luckily, there were 4 handsome princes, all in need of an escort across the mountain. And I'm just the knight to do it. Okay, maybe there were more jobs than just those 4, but handsome princes were what I focused on. They all sounded pretty interesting, and by interesting, I mean hot. But I ended up choosing to help Tyrone, the Prince of Dragons. Oh, look at him! I know. He doesn't look like a dragon. That's because he's a fire dragon. And cold places like this make him super weak. So Tyrone was forced into human form to save energy. Luckily for me, his human form just happens to be really pretty. Anyway, since he's weak and vulnerable, it is my job to protect him and make sure he gets across the mountain safely. When we started our journey, it was awkward at first. He's not even human, and also like thousands of years old. So it's kind of hard to find stuff to talk about. Plus, knights and dragons historically don't get along. But as our journey went on, things started to get interesting. Interesting in what way, you ask? Well, you'll see. Alright, I don't know how long this is. I think it's just like a, what is it called? Graphic novel? I don't know what it's called. But you know what I mean, like it's just reading, but it's like a really cute story. Anyway, so, young Rosemary, it seems you don't know much about dragons. I guess not. I just know the old stories, the ones they tell you when you're a kid. But those fairy tales are mostly made up, aren't they? Dragons capturing maidens and devouring villagers. You guys aren't like that in real life. I wasn't sure if I should ask about it, though. Why not? Are you frightened of me? Am I? I haven't thought about that. Not in any serious way. He's so frail and fragile, I can't see him as some monstrous beast. But then, once or twice, I've caught a glimpse of something. Something strange inside him. And when I start really thinking about his true nature, I feel dizzy, like I'm going into a well and can't see the bottom. I don't like it. Tyrone chuckles darkly, and then realized I haven't said anything out loud yet. You're taking a long time. Is it such a hard question to answer? I'm not sure how I feel exactly. Tell me this then. Which dragon stories do you know? What? The stuff for kids? Come on, you don't want to hear that. I certainly do. A human perspective can be illuminating. Oh, well, in that case, the one I know best is the story of Camellia. You've probably heard that one, right? It's famous. Camellia. Please refresh my memory. I am old, and these things run away from me over the years. Holy crap, I'm hot right now, guys. I feel silly telling bedtime stories, but hey, you asked for it. Let's see. Camellia and the Dragon. She was this woman, the most beautiful in her village, right? She could have married any man, but instead she was wooed by a terrifying dragon. No offense. None taken. The dragon promised her eternal love and riches and glory beyond anyone in the poor village could ever hope to give her. So, Camellia fell in love with this dragon and chose him out of all of her suitors. The dragon flew away from the village, promising her safety in his mountain lair. But once they got there, he devoured her, and she was never seen again. Oh! I quickly cut myself off. Why was I so blunt about the devouring part? That must be, like, super rude. But Tyrone says nothing. He's not even looking at me. So I guess the point is, don't pick a guy just because he promises you lots of material things. And I always thought that was sad. Did she deserve to die for just wanting a better life? You may be overthinking the story's moral. It sounds to me like a simple warning. Stay away from dragons. Tyrone turns to stare right into me. His face is passive, but something in his eyes puts me on edge. I'm flustered, but I won't shy away. This art style reminds me of Bee and Puppy Cat, if you guys have ever seen that show. It's, what is it? It sounds like, I forget what it, Cartoon Hangover, that's what it is. If you guys haven't watched it, you should totally watch it. It's like a really cute little internet show series. And it's really good and funny, and this art style just really reminds me of it. But anyway, I stare right back without flinching. I don't know. You're a dragon, and you're nice enough to me. Ha! You're very polite. But what if the story is true? What if I told you I was that dragon, and Camellia my lover? The lover I betrayed and devoured. Would you still think me so nice? What? No, that can't be true. You're just kidding around with me. Right? I do not kid around. I am many centuries old. The story of Camellia and the Dragon has endured where other tales were forgotten. It must have a certain resonance? I'm good at the English language. But everybody knows it's just a made-up fairy tale. Do you pretend to know my own history better than I do? Don't forget, I am Tyrone, son of the great queen of dragons. Hey! Oh wait, no, that's the mother of dragons. Never mind. I was gonna, Game of Thrones. I remember more about this world than you could ever learn. But dragons being monsters and eating people, that's just a thing from stories. Or at least real dragons only did that a long time ago. But now, we all live together peacefully. Yes, and it was a long time ago that I knew Camellia. A different time, more wild. And in many ways, more honest. It's true that we no longer eat humans, yet we all remember how you taste. Who could forget? For a dragon, human meat is by far the most delicious, nearly irresistible. And I knew, just from her smell, that Camellia would taste better than any other. She was a human worth savoring. You smell very much like her, Rosemary. I feel really cold inside, and not because of the snow. But dragons are intelligent. They're not animals. You've chosen not to eat humans, so why are you even telling me this? Are you trying to scare me? His eyes are sharp and fierce, even with that lovely, delicate face. For the first time, I truly understand that I'm talking to someone ancient, wild, and dangerous. I simply want to know, Rosemary. Do you think I'm telling the truth? Do you believe that I devoured Camellia? I think you didn't. No, I can't imagine you would do something so cruel. I haven't known you very long, but you don't look like a monster to me. You look soft and gentle. I just can't imagine you'd want to eat me. Don't be so certain of that. A chill runs down my spine. My intention is to not frighten you, Rosemary. But you deserve to know what kind of creature you travel with. Let's just stop talking about it for now, okay? We still have a long way to go. He says nothing more, which is fine by me. We keep walking. Tyrone's weak human form shivers in the cold, and he holds onto my shoulder for balance. His touch is so soft and light, I can barely feel it. I'm happy to keep him steady. He looks so vulnerable now. It's hard to remember how he made me feel so cold inside. As we walk, I do my best to push those dark thoughts out of my mind. ... Eventually, we come to a rushing river, and the wreckage of a bridge I'd planned for us to cross. It's also the only bridge around for miles. Well, excuse my language, but this is a bit of a pickle. Oh, man. You can't say that, Rosemary. That's bad language. A pickle? Really? Come on, man. In my true form, I could step right across the river like this. And that's definitely not an option. I'm afraid not. Even maintaining this useless shape is exhausting in the cold. Alright then, I'll have to carry you across. Is that entirely necessary? We could walk along the bank. We could walk along the bank and look for another bridge, but that might take hours. I don't even know if we'll find anything. We want to get to the city quickly, don't you? I totally read that wrong, but we're going to ignore that fact. This is the best way I can think to do that. Very well. Tyrone draws close to me. I put my arms around his waist and lift. Even with his piles of robes, he's shockingly light. He puts his arms around my shoulder, and I can feel his skin brush just for a moment against my face. Even his scales are light and soft. It's easy to lift him high enough that the water won't touch him. This will be a piece of cake, I hope. Carefully, I step into the rushing water. The current is strong, but the river isn't too deep, or even all that far across. Ideally, I'd throw a rope across to try to steady us, but I can't do that while I'm carrying him at the same time. Tyrone says nothing, but I feel him shiver in my arms. I can do this. Don't worry. I trust you, Rosemary. His body shakes, but his voice is steady. Maybe he does trust me. I guess I have to trust him, too. We start across the river. I take one step at a time, carefully seeking out good footing so we don't slip. The freezing water rushes around my legs, but I keep my balance. I can feel Tyrone holding tight. I won't let him fall. Ooh, that animation was so good. Midway across, the water is up to my chest, but I think that's as high as it will go. We're in good shape. I'm holding Tyrone steadily out of the water. We're almost there. Just a little more. All of a sudden, the wind begins to shriek. Tyrone's long hair whips into my face and eyes, and the freezing water froths around us. A blanket of black clouds overtakes the sky. That's all the warning we get, and suddenly the snow crashes down in thick, suffocating sheets. The awful mountain is known for the sudden, violent storms that come and go in the blink of an eye. I should have known the weather was way too good to be true. Rosemary! Don't worry, I've got you. A blast of snow hits me like a cannonball. I fall. Tyrone tumbles into the river and disappears in the freezing foam. It happens so quickly, it hardly registers. No! No! I won't let this happen. I can't let this happen. I'm a knight. I will protect my prince. My hand finds a jutting rock and grabs hold. I pull myself out of the water and try to make sense of what's happening. My body aches with cold, but every ounce of my strength is dedicated to keeping myself focused. A flash of a scaly arm breaks out of the water ahead. Excuse me. Desperately grasping the air. He's still close enough that I can reach him. Tyrone, hold on, I'm coming. The wind screams. The river roars around me. I black it all out and lunge forward, grabbing a hold of Tyrone and dragging his body out of the water. I have no idea how long it takes for me to get to the other side, but I'm giving everything I have just to hold us together. Tyrone is heavy in my arms, soaking wet and freezing, but I hold on tight. I'll never let go of him again. Woo! We make it out of the river. The snow is heavier than I've ever seen. Tyrone looks diminished, pale. His body is shaking violently. I'm scared. You saved me. Are you kidding? I'm the one who put you in danger. No, it was the river that almost killed me. It would have, if not for you. My eyes burn with tears. No, there's no time to cry. We won't be safe until I get us somewhere warm. I get my pack for supplies, but it was ripped apart in the jagged rocks when I fell. Our food, tents, medicine, clothes, everything you needed to make a fire for the night, all lost in the river. My heart plummets. The only thing left is one thick winter cloak, wrapped in sealskin to keep it dry. The cold pounds away at me like a hammer, but Tyrone looks much worse. You wear the cloak, Rosemary. You need your strength to save us both. How could you even suggest that? Tyrone, you're already sensitive to the cold. You look like you're about to... I'm much older than you. I have lived through worse than this. But his voice fades even as he says the words. Well, give him the cloak. Duh! I wrap the cloak around Tyrone and start moving again. The snow is like knives sliding through my armor and into my skin. I ignore the pain and carry him as fast as I can. Barely aware of what I'm doing, I manage to find a small cave in the cliffside. I pull us into it. It's cold, but dry. I set Tyrone gently, and then my legs collapse out from under me. I'm on the ground. Did I hit my head? I can't remember. Huh. That's strange. I thought I felt fine. But now, it's all catching up to me at once. My head swims. My body aches with the cold so sharp it almost burns. I'm fading. But it's okay. No matter what happens to me, at least I kept him safe. That's what a real knight would have done. ... Minutes or hours have passed. I have no way of knowing. I wait to find Tyrone's burning eyes staring into me once more. His face is so near, but why? Am I dreaming? He kisses me softly on the forehead, and beautiful warmth blossoms inside of me. Oh, that's cute! If this is a dream, it feels real. Another kiss, and another, on my cheeks, my eyelids, my nose. Each of his soft mouth sparks a surge of heat all the way through my body. At last, I feel his kiss on my lips. The heat anchors me to life. Ew! Kissing's gross, guys. Don't kiss. You'll get pregnant and die. No, you don't want that. I don't know if it's dragon magic or what. All I know is that it saves me. You did not do as I said. That was very stupid of you. Yeah, I know. I see he has taken off my armor, which was freezing wet, leaving me in my underclothes, relatively dry. If I weren't so exhausted and cold, I might feel embarrassed. Right now, though, I'm just so happy we're both okay. Tyrone, our supplies are gone. I don't know how we're going to keep warm. After all that, we might freeze to death. No, we will not. I cannot take my true form here, but I'm still a dragon. His golden eyes begin to glow. Something's happening, but I'm not sure what. He takes my hand in his and glides it beneath his undermost coat to press it against his slim chest. Just under his scaly skin, I feel like... Just under his scaly skin is what feels like a molten core, blazing hot, a furnace inside him. His dragon heart. I move closer and lay against him. He adjusts his last dry cloak so we're both wrapped up in it, sharing the fire blazing in him. A warm little bubble safe from the howling wind. Tarun. Yes, Rosemary? I know you won't eat me, because... Before I can tell him why, I drop like a stone into sleep. Oh, okay. That's it, I guess. Oh, yeah, I forgot it was a demo. Coming September 2016. Oh, so that means it's already out. It's on Steam! Ooh! I'll leave the link for the Steam down below instead of on itch.io for the demo. But, holy crap, that was cute. Little too lovey-dovey cheesy for me, but hey, man. I didn't know really what to expect out of it. But, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. And I will see you later. Bye, guys.